Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the Perceptual Shift Show. My name is James Quine, and this is my brother,
Robbie. I am a perceptual shifter as well, and a life lover.
That's right. Me too.
It's more fun this way.
Well, you got the Life Lover logo on both sides. I only have it on one side, so
I'm drinking my Life Lover Sludge, my black coffee, which I love so much.
And my Life Lover cinnamon tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you put cream in it, right?
I do put a little cream in there. And just to show you the difference between us in terms of that, he's got coffee, I've got tea.
Right.
I'm a vegetarian.
Right, I'm a carnivore.
Yeah. So there are a few differences.
Yeah, there's some yin and yang going on
he's
here.
He's a Leo, I'm a Scorpio. You know, there's some different, he's a long hair, I'm a short hair. Yeah. He's a tattoo guy, I'm a no tattoo guy.
You were smart. You can't really erase them that much. Yeah. I mean, you can get lasered off, but it's like burning bacon. It hurts.
Well, Chris tried to get his off, and it just made it worse. It just bubbled up. So did Jake.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. So
what did Jake have on there? Just real quick.
He had a tattoo of a woman.
Oh.
And maybe a second tattoo, but he tried to start to remove some of it, and it just made it worse.
Wow.
And it also depends on who you go to.
Was that when he started medical school? He just decided he didn't want.
I think it was before that.
Okay,
before
that's
he
cool.
Medical school. Anyway, welcome everybody to the podcast.
Yeah.
What we do here is we go through the Perceptual Shift book,
That's
How to
right.
Love Your Life
and
Manifest Abundance. We do a page at a time. In the very first episode, episode of this podcast, we basically just talked about what we're going to do.
Right.
And then at one point, we had Haley come as a guest.
Wow.
And we may have other guests in the future. But
if you haven't seen that podcast, I highly recommend it.
It's our sixth podcast. I'm not sure. But yeah, check that out. Haley's amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll have other guests.
Shout out to Haley.
Shout out. There we go. And we already got the first ding already. Yeah.
I know. We're getting off to a good start.
And if you do, well, I was going to mention about the book and getting the book. But before I go even there, should we start the show the way we usually start the show?
I am feeling it. Yeah, it gets my juices flowing, and I get in the mood.
What are you doing with those?
These are my perceptual shift lenses.
Oh, you're shifters. Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. So we're going to shift into another dimension.
That's right.
Putting our how do we shift with our hand? How do you do that?
Yeah, like this. And it's the dimension of gratitude, I would say. This part of it, right?
I would also say the dimension of
love.
Don't take yourself so fucking seriously.
Thank you. Yeah, have a little fun. When I walked in here today to get ready and put on my makeup and get all dolled up for you guys, James was playing with his grandson, and they were Leo, and we all started dancing around, and I felt like where the wild things are when they were all dancing, those little monsters.
It was fun. Leo loves to dance, and he doesn't like to dance alone. He wants everybody to dance with him.
He takes hostages.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. So do you have anything to say about this procedure that we're doing?
No, we replaced the location of the tambourine.
Right.
So it's a little bit
harmonica.
easier. I said harmonica earlier.
Getting old over here.
On that. Okay.
Okay, are we ready to lock it?
Harmonica is almost like a tambourine, though, isn't it?
Not really.
Okay.
In James's world. Okay, you ready to lock and load?
I'm ready to lock and load.
Actually, let's rock and load.
Okay, let's rock and load.
Welcome to the Shift Show. Ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now that was right on time.
That was locked and loaded.
I think that's our best so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's the way we start off the show before we get too far into it.
Right. It kind of opens the heart and puts a smile on my face.
Heads up, if you stick around long enough, we have another song treat
That's
at the end
right,
of the show.
which is extremely different from
very
that
different,
one. Yeah,
totally
the
different
whole
song
structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Although the theme is similar.
Yeah, it is a similar theme.
Right.
You'll have to just wait and check it out. All right,
With bated breath.
Yes. So this book is available on Amazon.com. You can buy the hardback, the softback, which is what I like because I like to. It's easier for me to open it up, or
you can go to Kindle and get a. What do you call that?
ebook.
Ebook. Okay, yeah. And get a little notebook on the side because you're going to be doing some writing. I can't cut you slack on that.
If you want to evolve, you got to do the work.
Yes, there's no autopilot. I wish there was. Trust me. I wish you could just pop a pill and just like have enlightenment. And stuff.
We talked about that in the last podcast.
It's not happening like that.
Yeah, it takes some work. But you know what? The work is amazing, and it also is like an education in emotional quotient, something like that. Yeah,
that makes sense.
So it's like your EQ
in an algebraic kind of way.
It's an EQ, not an IQ.
Right.
So, you get a little bit smarter, and what's great about that is also you get to share your experience, strength, and hope with others. So as you learn and evolve, you get to then take that information and pass it along.
I feel like writing has a very cathartic process to it, and I like my scribbly writing, and it feels like a diary. It's got a lot of intimacy. It's like I'm connecting with love and I'm writing my truth. And I just feel good when I do that.
Yes.
I'm kind of a big fan of writing.
It's interesting, a lot of our listeners and most of my friends and everybody know that I have a spiritual backpack.
Right.
And I'm not religious.
A giant spiritual backpack.
I'm not religious, but it's my inspirational backpack.
That thing is heavy. It's got like 16 books in it or something.
Yeah, and I'm always taking on new books and evolving myself.
Right.
And really the purpose of it is sort of to brainwash me and to get my mindset right, to clarify my mind, to get, what do you say? To get aligned.
That's right.
Yeah, it's my alignment. And for years and years and
aligning
years,
to a higher vibration is part of it. Yeah.
And I for years and years I was in Santa Monica at least half or more of the year, and I would go to the Starbucks at 15th in Montana. It's not there anymore. And I would take my books out. I'd pile them up along with my journal, my highlighter, my pen, and I would start reading, highlighting, writing, sharing pages with people that I mentor and other people I thought would be inspired by it.
Right.
Journaling and doing all that. And throughout all those years, I have to say that at least half the time, I didn't want to do it. And I did it anyway.
Yeah, great.
I didn't want to.
Fantastic.
I'd get the books out and then I'd sit down with my chai tea and I'd be like, oh. And oftentimes I would meditate first, and I would specifically meditate for at least 5 minutes in a crowded place as an exercise for me to see if I could get to a state of equanimity where I was at peace, even though people were yelling and making noise and moving around, chairs were scraping. And
it is not quiet in a Starbucks.
It's a great exercise, though.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, that's like the opposite of doing it in a library.
Right. So for me, I'm constantly searching for emotional and spiritual evolution. I'm on a journey, and you're on this journey with me, Rob.
And not only am I on this journey, I consider it an adventure. I'm excited about it.
And what I'd like to do is take everybody that's watching this and drag you into that journey with us.
Come with us.
Come into our world of perceptual shifting.
Yeah, exactly.
And love your life and manifest abundance.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
But who doesn't want to love their life and manifest abundance?
That's what I feel. It's like, if this is a cult, it's a good one because I feel better. I'm growing. I'm evolving. My communication skills are much better. I know when to zip the lip.
Exactly. And can you imagine asking somebody, hey, would you like to love your life more? And they say no.
Yeah.
Or would you like to manifest more abundance in your life? Absolutely not.
Why?
I mean, who would say that? I don't. I mean, maybe somebody that was
It's a Debbie Downer kind of
super
thing.
depressed and angry, or
Yeah, I think like a schlep rock person that's just
something like maybe Linus. And is it Linus that had the cloud, or who was it?
No, it was a different guy. It was Pigpen, I think.
Oh, really? It was Pigpen that had the little cloud? Maybe you're right. Yeah.
I haven't watched in a long time.
Anyway, I wasn't sure if it was a dirt cloud or like an emotional.
I think it's the same thing, basically. Yeah.
So in any case, that's where you can get the book at Amazon.com. You can also reach out to me, and I can sign a book and send it to you. It's the same price. However, I just found out yesterday, I think I mentioned this to you, that when you mail it at the cost of, I think, $5 or something like that, which is the special price they charge you if you're mailing a book, it goes snail mail. Right. And it could take 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
I was informed
slow,
by the post office of this yesterday.
Not Kindle, though.
So, not Kindle, you're right. So, if you get the book from me and it's signed, it's either 5 or 6 weeks to get there, or it's an extra $5 and it's there in 5 days.
Yeah, and you can choose, right?
Yeah.
If you want it right away.
I just charge the same price. I just charge the same price Amazon charges, which is like $15. But if you want it faster, you got to pay $20 to get it there faster.
Right.
I'm not making any money. I'm just.
And you'll sign it for free?
I'll sign it for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have
a signed copy?
I have a signed copy, and it's got a high vibration, and I love it.
Okay. So, two other things, and then let's get into the reading.
Okay.
Number one, we will be announcing our Saturday Zoom meeting where we go over questions.
I'll be there. James will be there.
We'll be there live every Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Every Saturday.
Yep.
The Zoom link is in this podcast information, the description.
Yeah.
If you want the passcode or password, just comment or DM me at Instagram or TikTok. My handle is James M for Michael, Quine, Quine. And if you do like this podcast, follow, subscribe.
Yeah.
You'll get notified of the next one.
Right.
And if you don't like it, you can just get out of it right now. Just say bye.
What about the life hacks, dude?
Oh, yeah. You can tell them about that.
I love James's life hacks. And he knows my favorite ones. The stay in your own hula hoop is one of them, and he's holding a rainbow in one, but they're all good. And they're little, just
juicy tidbits,
but kind of electric, uplifting shots of light.
Thanks.
I dig them so much. They're very short, and you don't mince words. You get right to the point.
And I leave new ones every few days.
That's right.
If you're on there, check them out. See if you like those.
It can be good in between doing the work here, just to have a little bit better day.
Yeah, they're reminders of how to navigate life in a way that helps you love life more and create more abundance. So they're just little tips.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all of our announcements. I am ready to get in the book. Are you?
Dive on in. Yeah, let's do it.
Today we are on page 21, Recognizing Reactive Patterns. Our past experiences often trigger emotional reactions that can hold us back. Triggers from fully embracing life's opportunities. Right. And believe me, there are endless opportunities in life.
Yeah.
Once we start doing this work, our eyes open up, we perceptually shift, and we see those opportunities. Yeah. These reactions, these triggered emotional reactions, rooted in unresolved experiences or emotional wounds, can cause us to respond to challenges in unhealthy and unproductive ways. So this is a lot of where our fighting and arguing comes from.
Right. Defensiveness.
Yes. For instance, you might find yourself repeatedly frustrated, defensive, or quick to retreat when facing difficulties.
Right.
Responses often linked to unresolved feelings from earlier experiences in life. So this idea is, how do we retrain our brain?
Right.
And how do we start to practice a pattern of pausing when agitated?
Right.
Grazing the space between the impulse and the action.
So important.
So we're going to get right into the questions. Okay. Have you ever experienced situations in your life where you felt frustrated?
Yes.
Okay. So have I. I'm guessing that most people have,
I think everyone has, yeah.
if they're honest.
Right, yeah.
No, I've never done that. I've never been frustrated
had
before.
zero frustration in my
Have
life.
you ever experienced situations where you felt overwhelmed?
Yes.
Me too. Have you ever experienced situations where you felt frozen and unable to move forward?
Yeah, good old deer in the headlights, yep.
Absolutely. Okay. So, this is your chance to give me 3 examples of these events. So, one example of where you felt frustrated, one where you felt overwhelmed, one where you were unable to move forward, along with the emotional reactions if they got triggered, like how you emotionally felt, or if you actually reacted in a way that you don't want to react anymore and learn from it. So let's start with you on the first one, and then we'll go to me on the first one. We'll do frustrated first.
Okay.
Can you give us an example in the past where you felt frustrated?
I can, but it's a tiny bit embarrassing.
Well, we're used to your embarrassments.
Okay, I'm kind of a weird guy. Okay, lately, this is very recent too. I am like a songwriting machine, and I got a text from this little label that my friend runs that it's like time for a new album, and I get really kind of
That was Gaze X?
yeah, Geza X Records, and he's an old punk rocker. He's kind of a legend, and we've been friends for eons.
I like Gaze.
He's a cool dude, and yeah. So anyway, he's kind of gave the red light for like, let's move forward with this, and so I get frustrated when I can't go to the studio and record new stuff and
With Joel.
yeah, and fix other stuff. But I decided I'm pulling the trigger. I want to go like in a week.
Okay, so you're going
I'm just scrape some money together and get over there and honor my feelings, my little rock and roll glam feelings.
a new album or a new song?
A new album.
Oh, a whole album.
So we're going to go through the song list, see the ones that are the contenders. There's a couple of like, crappy ones in there. But some can be salvaged, some can be remixed, and some, Geza likes to tweak them a lot. He's more tweakery than I am.
So this is songs you've already recorded.
Some
in
of
the past.
them, yeah.
And then any new songs?
Well, we're going to talk about that, yeah. But we're going to pick like the 10 strongest ones and then fix them all up. And
So what was the frustration then?
the frustration is I want it done yesterday. I get like sort of impatient.
And what is the emotions that come up?
A little bit of antsiness, I guess. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So like
It's not
a little-
anxiety. It's like it's positive. It's like I'm rearing to go. I'm excited.
It's that thing we talked about in a previous podcast, which is that part of anxiety, which is called excitement.
Right.
Where you're not anxious in a negative way.
Right.
You're anxious in a positive
It's
way.
definitely a positive way
Okay.
for sure. Yeah.
So when I felt frustrated in the past, I would say I felt frustrated in my last long-term relationship.
Whoa, here it comes.
We were together for 24 years,
Right.
and I wanted to be together forever, and she wanted to be together forever.
Wow.
And we were moving
Your
in
vows.
different directions.
Right.
And we couldn't find our way back because we were just divergent.
Yeah, there was a little growing apart kind of thing
It was a
happening.
growing apart.
I mean, and even physically, because she's in California and you're in
Well,
Hawaii.
the kids, went off to college and they
Right.
grew up and they left. And then I think she was searching to find herself. And I think, honestly, I think that it would have been very difficult for her to fully find herself without having some space for me, without being independent. And that independence is something that she really craved in her life.
Wow.
And I was traveling back and forth between Santa Monica and Hawaii, as you remember.
Yeah.
And I wanted, now that the kids were older, to make Hawaii more of our home base and spend most of my time in Hawaii.
Right,
and
right.
she was gravitating towards wanting to spend her
Santa
time
Monica.
in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
So it was frustrating to see that not align with my expectations.
I hear you, man.
And the emotions that came up for me were some sadness.
Sure.
And obviously, it's the question is, when were you frustrated? So I was frustrated. I was sad,
Right.
and I was I don't know if it's regretful, but it's a little bit hopeless.
I understand.
Yeah. So that's my experience with frustration. The second question is,
Can you hand me a Kleenex? No, just kidding. It was kind of sad, actually.
it was sad actually, and I still love her to this day.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's like no one's right or wrong. It's just you guys are on a different wavelength with that.
Absolutely. So the next one is a specific example of a situation where you felt overwhelmed in the past, where it was just overwhelming.
I have one.
Okay.
I have many, but the one that really sticks out to me, and I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but when I decided that I was going to try to get clean, someone did an intervention on me, Judy,
Okay.
and brought me to an Al-Anon meeting, and I felt very overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. I had not experienced any recovery at all, and I wasn't used to people with bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and full of light and not having secrets, and their shares, I couldn't believe their shares. I sat in there, and half of me wanted to run out of the room fast, like, Roadrunner with Coyote after his ass. And then the other half of me was like grabbing the chair. It's like, I'm staying here forever. I want what they have.
For those who don't know what that group is, it's like a support group for
Codependency.
or people who have friends or family that are alcoholics. or drug
Yeah,
addicts
people
or
that
something
love alcoholics, whether it's family or romantic.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's just, it can be very lonely.
And so
because,
what was the allure of that for you? Why did you like that?
I liked that the people were so in touch with their feelings. I found it fascinating. The stories were mind-blowing and heartbreaking, too. They went in a bunch of different directions.
Right.
It had a lot of dimension to it.
Right.
It wasn't like, hey man, how you doing? Fine. It wasn't like bullshit street talk. It was really from the heart.
Well, I hear that sometimes those meetings are, just a bunch of people complaining about the alcohol.
There are some, like the newer people, they don't speak the language yet, and they have all their drama, and they think it's really interesting, and that's just part of their process. The drama after a while is like yawn, it gets very not interesting. But the recovery is fascinating. And that's kind of a little bit's in here, too.
But when you were taken there, you were still using?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that could have been part of the reason why I was overwhelmed, too, because it's like I knew I wasn't quite ready there yet. It's like I got to get clean first before I can start working on emotional sobriety.
Right. And for me, at least, a lot of the using drugs and drinking when I was a teenager, because I gave all that up when I was 20 years old, was about masking the feelings and sort of putting a Band-Aid on it. But
Right.
I didn't ever put Neosporin or hydrogen peroxide, so it was still infected.
And
under the
meanwhile, it's
Band-Aid.
still gushing blood. Yeah.
Yes, and it was oozing.
It could have used a
white
couple
stuff.
stitches, like when you
pussy.
smashed your shin in the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that felt overwhelming, being in that group. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for me, something I remember about being experiencing a situation where I felt overwhelmed. Let me think about that for a moment. Overwhelmed. I honestly felt overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed a few times, but when we took on this idea of doing a podcast,
Good example.
originally,
Nice
I was
fresh
thinking
one.
of podcasts were going to be audio.
Right.
And I don't know anything about podcasting. And I'd come off of the Love Hotel.
Right.
And I had written this book, and I thought a podcast would be a great idea.
Shout out to Love Hotel.
Yeah. And I thought the podcast would be a great accompaniment to the book. And I wasn't even sure, we weren't sure in the beginning how the podcast was even going to unwind, but we knew that it was going to be around this idea of loving life and manifesting abundance. And then we started toying with the idea of doing a video in conjunction with the audio. And I signed up for something called Detail.
Right.
It's a website that you can record people interview people that are far away. Remember Richie and the whole thing?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got Riverside and another one of those. And then I finally hired Assad to do my editing.
Hold on, Assad gets a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Assad. And he was the one who sort of helped me strategically figure out what I need, which is 3 cameras if it's just the 2 of us.
Right.
One on me, one on you, and then one on the both of us that you can go back and forth. And then even the microphones, remember those weird stands we had that were falling over and we didn't really have a microphone. We used clip-on microphones that they died.
They took a crap. One of the cameras froze. It went out of focus. It started in focus and then slowly went out of focus.
And because we don't have cameramen, we can't see
Right.
what's being recorded.
And it was
So
a
if
good
those-
show too, and we had to scrap it.
So if those cameras, also called iPhones, if they die or they go out of focus, we won't know until the podcast is over.
They were die phones that day.
So
That deserves a shout out.
yeah. So I was overwhelmed. I thought I was in over my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to buy more.
I did too. I was trying not to panic. It was bad.
I had to buy more lights and then more lights and more lights and more tripods and more tripods and more cameras.
And we moved the
more
couch
iPhones
around like a million times at the couch.
It was a lot.
It was a hell of a lot.
And I still feel a little bit.
Not as bad though.
No, but I'm getting in the groove of things.
Me too.
Yeah,
but
we've done
our learning curve was
15
like
or something of these, and yeah. So that was the last time, and the feelings that
and you had to learn GarageBand.
had to learn GarageBand, had to learn iMovie.
Right.
The feelings that came up, aside from the feeling of being overwhelmed, was I'm not good enough. I can't do this.
Wow.
This is outside of my wheelhouse.
Right.
I'm never going to be able to figure this out.
Wow.
It's too frustrating. I should just give up. And I felt that way writing the book too.
Right.
So, but if there's one thing that I know about myself, I'm a stick-to-it guy.
That definitely deserves.
Definitely have some stick-to-itiveness.
Well, it's wonderful. You came out the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had gotten this kit pool, and my son said to me, instead of putting it in the backyard on the grass, let's dig a hole and put it in the ground. And I said, well, honey, it's a big pool. It's, I mean, it's not giant, but it's 8 feet wide by
it's big when you're digging
14 feet long, and that's a big hole. And it's almost 5 feet deep. And he said, oh, it's not that big of a deal. My friend has a backhoe. He'll let us use it. And I was like, and I was really on the fence about doing this. But once I committed,
that's true.
I got the backhoe and I started, becoming a brand new backhoe user and digging. And when I couldn't use the backhoe, I was using, basically a shovel or a pick. Or,
come on.
Yeah. At one point, I couldn't get the corners done properly, so I ended up getting the power washer. And I had seen on YouTube that you could power wash hard dirt away from boulders and rocks. And I turned on that power washer, connected the hose, turned it on. And if you've never used a power washer with dirt, let me warn you, wear goggles.
Yeah, and
because
don't wear white. Yeah.
The muddiest, craziest spray of mud into my face and
it's like female mud wrestling.
And literally, after the first 10 seconds, I thought, "Are you kidding me?" I am covered in mud.
I wish we filmed that. It sounds like a comedy.
I actually have a video.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
It sounds good. Let's get it.
But I do stick with things. So
it's very symbolic, like the power wash, the cleansing.
Okay. Third question. Robbie, have you ever experienced a situation where you felt unable to move forward? Just locked, deer in the headlights, scared to move forward, just panicked in your life. It could be any time in your life. It could be in prison or wherever, any of those situations where you were uncomfortable, or with, drug addicts, or, when you didn't know if you were going to move to Hawaii, or, in a relationship and, whatever. Do you have a moment where you felt deer in the headlights stuck in life?
I've had several, but one of them, a pivotal one for me, is it's kind of, I hope I'm not boring you guys with the getting clean thing, but when I got out of jail during the LA riots in 1992, it was, LA was on fire. There was no room left in the jail. And so they stuck us up on the roof. And I was dope sick on the roof, and it was cold, and I was watching LA burn.
Wait, I thought you said when you got out of jail, or you mean when you got into jail?
But this it ties into when I got out of jail too. But
Okay.
when I was in jail and LA was burning on fire, and we were up on the roof because there was no room, and I was dope sick, and I looked out over the town, and it was on fire, and I felt like that was a mirror of the inside of me.
Wow.
I felt like that represented me burning, like my spirit burning or something. And so when I got out of there, I was in this rehab, and this guy came up and did a panel. All these gangbangers were there and stuff. It's people that just wanted to get out of jail. I understand that now because I was one of them. But they said to get a sponsor.
In Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yes.
One of those programs?
Yeah,
Okay.
in one of those programs. And I was scared to ask another man to help me.
Okay.
It was scary for me to ask for help.
Okay.
And and part of me wasn't sure that I could even do it. I didn't have confidence about that.
Okay.
It was a brand new experience for me. And I had trust issues and things like that, which I didn't even know at the time. So luckily, the universe was with me, and I asked a great guy, Tommy. I picked a winner, dude. And it worked, 33 years later.
Okay.
No
great.
track marks, I'm in a pretty good place.
Nice, nice. For me, I would like to see, let's see, I have had some moments where I was unable to move forward and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Here's a time in my life where that sort of happened. When the pandemic came and they shut down Maui,
Yeah.
I was publishing 4 different visitor magazines at that time. Maui Magazine, Driving Magazine, Maui's Favorites, and Maui Whale Watch Magazine. Yeah. And we had hundreds of thousands of magazines printed. We had racks all over the island. We had over 100 clients we were promoting. And suddenly it all ended. And I was sort of a deer in the headlights in that moment. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I think it was 2 weeks after that the largest visitor publication company in Hawaii shut down.
Yeah.
They just gave up. That was it. They were done. And then I watched as one after another of my competitors just folded shop.
Yeah.
And I was hanging in so much. I mean, even to this day, I still own the copyright for Maui Magazine.
Right.
I'm still toying with the idea of coming back with the magazine.
Sure.
I don't know how that's going to manifest itself. I sort of give it to the universe. But really didn't know where my life was going to go or what was going to happen. And even when I was asked to be on Love Hotel, I was still in that deer in the headlights place. I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Right.
I had no idea. And then I just went. That's part of why I said yes, because I'm like, maybe this is my universe sort of nudging me in a new direction.
That's great.
Now I'm this giant, super famous guy on a podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
So you were sort of looking at trying to find the silver lining?
I was trying to find the silver lining. You remember I got my real estate license.
Right.
And I ended up writing a book. And, here I am today. Maybe not such a deer in the headlights, but still kind of wondering where I'm going to be generating financial resources in my life while I continue to share experience, strength, and hope with the world and show others how to love their life and manifest abundance.
Wow.
But I give it up to the universe.
Yeah.
And here's the reality. I'm perfectly okay financially at the moment.
Right.
I have more than I could ever have asked for. My life is incredibly abundant. And so when I get into fear around that stuff, I just remind myself I'm being taken care of.
Yeah, that's great.
And
there's all kinds of forms of wealth. I think health is a huge form of wealth.
absolutely. I have a roof over my head, a beautiful roof. I have a car to drive. I can feed myself.
Yeah.
I can, take care of family.
You're a life lover. That's wealth right there.
I can fly out, visit people. I can do wonderful things today. I'm just not generating the kind of money that I'm used to generating from owning a publishing company.
Right.
But it'll shift whatever direction it shifts in. So I have a lot of faith about that.
That's great.
Okay. Finally, what are the types of feelings that you have or responses that you have when facing difficult challenges today? You're a perceptual shifter. You're a life lover. You manifest abundance. How do you navigate difficult situations? When you're aligned and centered, what is your go-to? I share with the audience how you transgress through that and how you get back into an attitude of gratitude.
I have a lot of tools for that, and I'm sure you do too, I'm guessing. But one of them is that when I have problems, I try to remember that they are quality problems. And that changes the whole tenor of the problem, because, I mean, most people, I try to keep my level of gratitude, just keep a low bar on it. Like if I wake up and I'm alive, that's a great thing.
Agreed.
I mean, it sounds cheesy, it sounds cornball, but I already won the lottery.
Absolutely.
And then I blow the universe a kiss, and I do my writing. I'm just barking at you guys about doing the writing. I write in a gratitude journal every day. It's so cheesy. I went to Ross and got one that says "Be grateful," and it's got a big bumblebee on it.
I like that one.
And so I listen to the bumblebee. It's like, "Be grateful, dude." It's like, okay. So I grab my pen and I write.
Be grateful or get stung.
Right, exactly. And yeah, you get honey if you're grateful. So I do the work.
Yeah.
I hit my knees. I look out the window, and it's just I choose to see the beauty.
Right.
And not focus on if it's a crappy, rainy, hurricane day. Usually it's trade winds. It's beautiful. I love the turquoise water. I share that a lot about going down to the beach and just soaking in the turquoise when I drive by.
We are very blessed.
And yeah, I like color. I love nature. I'm a kind of a nature dude.
Well, you're an artist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And as you say, the universe is the greatest artist
It
of all.
really is. And also, it's the universe, the one song. I mean, it's singing. Birds chirping is singing,
I love that. Okay, so for me, the automatic feelings and responses when I face a difficult challenge is the moment I encounter a problem,
A quality problem?
I see it as an opportunity. I know
great.
it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I might not know what opportunity is there,
Like-
but I do know I can shift it into an opportunity. I can see it as an opportunity or a problem. Which choice makes me feel better?
Right. Like one door closes, another one opens kind of feeling?
I feel like every frustration or problem I have can be an experience to learn and grow and evolve. I can
awesome.
always use it as an opportunity for alignment.
Sure.
To get in touch with love and compassion and kindness
Yeah.
for myself and everything else.
Right.
There is no problem, obstacle, or frustration that I cannot grow from.
Right.
And so when I experience that problem, well, my very first thing is, right? Because I'm human, I have a feeling. And then
Sure.
I go, oh, this is a good thing.
Right.
I don't know why, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm always learning from it. Always learning
That's
from it.
fantastic.
And it's not easy all the time.
Right.
You're bending over to grab something, you pull out your lower back, and
Right.
you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's an opportunity for me to rest and take care of myself and learn that I probably need to do more stretching. I need to do a little more yoga in the morning.
Wow.
Which I already do.
That's
So
great. What do you call it? Yoga size?
I call it yogatation.
Yogatation. I love
It's a
that.
combination of meditation and
Right.
yoga at the same time. That's just my
I dig it.
ADHD. You know, I'm
I
going to
think
do them together.
It's terrific.
And finally, the final question
Okay, here we go.
for $10,000.
Very dramatic, yes. Okay, don't screw it up.
Not dollars, doll hairs. Are you willing to continue the work of shifting your perceptions, Robbie, to overcome obstacles and frustrations in your life?
Hells to the yes.
I'm going to raise
Every
my hand
day.
on that one too.
Every
One
day.
too.
I want to be in the solution and not the problem.
Yeah, so if you're working the page with us, hopefully that gives you a little bit of feedback and you know sort of how we navigate that page
Right.
and how we uncover, discover, discard.
That's right.
And I do have that final announcement that we made earlier in the podcast, but before we do that,
Break out the perceptual
it's time
shift
for your little song
lenses.
treat. Oh yes, it's a musical treat time.
That's right.
So here we go.
We'll win several Grammys for this song.
Yeah, I think next episode I'm going to switch glasses. I'm going to.
Okay, I know. I'm thinking.
I want the ones with the little hangy things.
I know. I love it.
We got so many.
Rain on the
choices.
parade ones.
Yeah, exactly. You ready to do this?
Engage, as Jean-Luc Picard would say
Let's
on
do
Star
it.
Trek. Now you've heard the Shift Show. I hope you got your mind blown. We'll be back next week with more to say. And if you are a seeker, buy the book, dig deeper. Take what you like and now go out and play. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Except you didn't really point the guitar at the book with it.
Oh, I did. I screwed that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you do
I know.
that.
But
Yeah,
dig
because
deeper,
you
wink,
can really
wink.
open up the you easily lift up your glasses
Yeah.
and point to the book. I'm a little bit more nervous about all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
You're doing great, man.
Yeah, all right.
We both have our different styles.
I'm a
It
beginner
blends
guitar
together
player
nicely.
and singer, so
Yeah. You
in any
got you
case-
know about 20 chords though. That's pretty good.
not bad. So the last announcement is
Oh yeah, it's important.
if you enjoyed the podcast and you would like to get notified of future ones, like, follow, and subscribe, and that's how that works. If you want to join us for our Saturday workshop, 3
Be there or
p.m.
be square. It's so awesome. This week's was great. The last week was great, and they're great.
I love
I mean,
them.
everyone's at all different levels, and they share it where they're at, which
it's
is
great to meet
fantastic.
people, too.
It's fun to meet people, and it's fun to. I get inspiration from everyone that speaks.
I get a lot more out of doing it together.
Yeah, I do too. Exactly. It's one experience to go through the book by myself. It's another experience to do it as a group collectively.
Fellowship, yeah.
So
great.
and do both. You know, I think it's great to. You know, both of them are great.
3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Zoom link is in the description of this podcast. And if you want the passcode for the meeting, just hit me up in the comments.
Right.
Or you can also DM me on Instagram and TikTok where you can find some life hacks. It's James
Love
M.
'em.
Quine, M for Michael, Quine
Yeah.
is my handle there. And if you want a signed copy, hit me up there or in the comments and I can mail you a copy and dedicate it to you personally. And the last thing I wanted to say is loving life is not about loving every single thing that happens to you in life. That's
Right.
unrealistic.
It's not realistic, and that's not what life is.
I mean, like
It's,
when our
there's
mom,
going to be bumps.
when our
Yeah.
mom died, when our
Yeah.
baby brother died, you know, when you stub a toe,
Right.
when you have a financial setback, when
Yeah.
you have expectations that go unmet, those are moments
that
that are
would
difficult.
that would be weird to be skipping around when that kind of stuff happens.
That being said, loving life is a state of mind that we aim to achieve in a holistic manner.
Right.
So that we love our lives in spite of the fact that
That's
we
right.
have obstacles or frustrations that we learn to sort of turn into opportunities.
Sure.
We still want to love our life.
Yeah.
And so If
That's
you
right.
want to love your life the way we love our lives every day, then it starts by saying the words out loud. Even if you don't love your life right now,
Right.
if you aspire to be a life lover, you can say it out loud. And you can say it with us right now because we're going to do it.
That's right.
On 1, 2, 3.
I love my life!
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
See you soon. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa.